We all know how uncomfortable stepping outside of our comfort zone is. Today's topic is the impact of intergenerational knowledge transfer. Basically, it's about how women can effectively leverage generational differences to accelerate their personal, professional, and business goals. So, to find out how to tap into the intuition and wisdom of our past generations, I'm joined by Francine Mbvoumbo, founder and strategic leader to Mothers to Daughters. Francine, welcome to Empower. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you, Elizabeth, for having me. Really honored.
I'm honored to have you on here as well. And I want to begin with your organization is called Mothers to Daughters, but it has nothing to do with being a mother. Would you please explain?
Absolutely. For someone who immigrated to Canada without my biological mother, I organically gravitated towards women who were not related to me by blood, and they became my spiritual mothers. So Mothers to Daughters is not only an acknowledgement and an homage to my biological mother, meaning we do acknowledge biological mothers and the influence they have on their progeny, but we do also put a bigger emphasis on being a mother who invests in others without being related to them by blood.
Okay, so let's delve into this a little bit more. What impact does intergenerational knowledge transfer have on women?
I think the biggest impact is really in the mentoring piece, because when I decided to come up with this community and give back to women looking like me or not like me, and also generations, speaking of Gen Zs, millennials, Gen Xers, and baby boomers, it was really the notion of reinforcing lived experiences and how they can help you navigate situations wisely. And intergenerational knowledge transfer is just another name for mentoring, because when someone mentors you, they may be from your background or your generation or not. And at Mothers to Daughters, we emphasize the knowledge transfer in the form of mentoring.
You know, I'm a firm believer of mentoring. I think it's important for anyone as they're going through their life or their work path or their career or whatever. How can women effectively leverage generational differences to accelerate their personal, professional, and business goals?
First and foremost, back to intergenerational knowledge transfer and its importance, think about the art of the possible. So when someone in front of me gets to explain her past experience, whether in the workplace or as an entrepreneur, me having an open mind creates that space for me to see how I can mimic and apply some of those tips and tricks to be a better person, be a better entrepreneur, being a better professional, and also being a better person to others in society. And it really comes with accepting differences, welcoming that guidance with gratitude to be really comfortable with the uncomfortable.
I love that, being comfortable with the uncomfortable. How can lessons learned along the way from previous generations impact the future generations of women? Because it has to go both ways. You both want to have to give and receive and learn from each other.
Absolutely. And one of the biggest thing I've really seen in my community and even outside of my community with lessons learned is just using storytelling, right? As opposed to saying, don't do this, you actually say, well, when I was your age, this is what happened to me. And I find it to be so powerful. Most of my mentors never really just sat me down to give me a list of to-dos and things not to do, but it was always around storytelling, and mistakes don't have to be repeated. That's the power of lessons learned to me.
You know, I love the fact that you say storytelling, because that's what I say to a lot of the guests who are on the show. You know, people relate to stories. So please don't go away. When we come back, we'll have more stories to tell.